Hi, everybody. This is Teasha with Madera Realty for the second part in our first time homebuyer series. So, this is where the fun begins. You are going to go start looking for houses, which is it's such a blast to go and see houses. It can be overwhelming and stressful, but it is just so fun to see all the different houses on the market and the improvements that people have made or not. And yeah, just really start dreaming about where you will be. So, we went through all of the steps in the first series is sort of about educating yourself. So in this part of the series, we start with getting out there and looking at homes and getting ready to write a sales agreement. So the first thing you're going to want to do is get your pre-approval letter from your lender. So in the last series, we talked about a pre-qualification letter, which is just sort of a quick and dirty process. The pre-approval letter definitely gets a little bit more in depth, and you'll be asked to provide your pay stubs, your W-2s, taxes, driver's license, all kinds of things, so that the mortgage lender can really vet you as a person that they feel comfortable and safe lending to. So that'll be the first step, is get your pre-approval letter with the mortgage lender that you're working with. And like we mentioned before, that can be a bank, credit union, or a mortgage broker. The next thing you're going to do, and this is the most important part, is get a buyer's agent. Don't just start going to open houses and seeing houses that way, because most likely who's going to be sitting at the open house is the listing agent. And so they're really there to represent the seller in the process. They can represent a buyer too, but then that gets into more complicated agency relationships. So my biggest recommendation in this process is find a buyer's agent. It doesn't cost you a dime. They're there for you. They're advocating for you. It's a fiduciary relationship that you have. So they are there only for you as the buyer. No cost for you using their services. The agent gets paid at the end of the process when a house sells out of the commissions from the sales of that house. So it's really a fantastic relationship. You as the buyer really don't pay anything, but you get really, really boutique service with the buyer's agent that you're working with. The next step is, once you find and interview a buyer's agent that you feel like you mesh with and who you feel like is truly going to support you, because this is a time that you're going to need a lot of support, because you're going to have ups and downs and all arounds and questioning yourself and wondering if it's the right path, and you really need to mesh with someone who you feel has your back. And from there, you start dreaming. And so you'll talk with your buyer's agent about how many bedrooms, how many baths, what kind of amenities do you want? Do you want a pool? Do you want a view? What do you want in a house? Do you want it on a really quiet street? East, west? So many questions to ask. And after you sit down and have those discussions, then your buyer's agent will start sending you property listings. And usually, most likely on a daily basis, you're going to get an email full of different properties that have come on the market. And you get to decide which ones appeal to you and which ones you want to go tour and show. And it's so fun. So you'll communicate with your buyer's agent. These are the houses that I want to go look at today. Y'all get in your car, you go take a look around and see what's out there. And then eventually you're gonna find a house that you like. And that's where we get into our next series on what do you do now? You found the house that you want, it's in the price range you want, and it's so exciting, but what steps are next? Thanks, everybody. See you next time.